However, I'm optimistic and I'm confident that our team and community partners will speak, and as we speak, it will be in one voice. Today, I'm hereby declaring a state of emergency for Gaston County. A state of emergency allows Gaston County to take advantage of possible state and federal funding and will allow our operation centers and municipalities to operate in a coherent and efficient fashion to address the coronavirus. We are hereby restricting all public gatherings and social gatherings to 50 or more people in Gaston County. At this time, this restriction does not apply to licensed businesses, healthcare facilities, schools, government offices, and daycares. Employers are encouraged to allow employees to work from home, stagger work schedules, and implement in-person workspace arrangements that optimize space among employees. The reason we have chosen to decrease the size of public and social gatherings is based on specific community needs. Based on the information from our healthcare officials and surveying critical public services, a spike in confirmed cases has the potential to put in jeopardy our ability to handle patients, keep essential public services operating efficiently and effectively to address our community needs. We cannot afford to wait and see what happens. That is not responsible leadership. We must be proactive, and when we get through this crisis, and we will, I will be fine looking back and saying we did too much. I refuse to look back and say we did not do enough. I want the public to know this is not a time to panic or hoard supplies. In fact, the vast majority of our citizens should not experience a health issue at all. What I'm encouraging you to do is to stay away from crowds, practice proper hygiene, call before you come to protect the most vulnerable in our community, our senior citizens, those already under doctor's care, those with underlying health issues, and our healthcare workers. To simply put it, love our neighbor as we love ourselves by deciding to inconvenience ourselves for the sake of the most vulnerable in our community. My mother has an immune disorder. Chances are if I catch the coronavirus, it's probably not going to have too much of an effect on me. I'm relatively young, relatively healthy. But if she gets it, it could be very, very detrimental. So I think we have a time in our community to come together and look out for those in our community that could suffer the most. And that's really the message here. Let's take time, be considerate. We don't have to panic. We don't have to buy all the toilet paper up at Walmart. We don't really have to do those things. Avoid crowds, wash your hands, and think about those in our community that would suffer greatly if we have a spike in the coronavirus. As I stand here today with community leaders from across Gaston County, I am reminded of the resiliency of our people. Today has been declared a National Day of Prayer. Let's come together, pray for our leaders, our healthcare workers, first responders, and those on the front lines each and every day. Let's help each other, check in on our neighbors, and we'll come out on the other side of this even stronger, having faced this together as a community. Thank you, and God bless you.
It would penetrate our community in the way we are being led to believe, possibly by our federal authorities. Mr. Pete directed our leadership team in January to begin extensive planning. And we did that along collaboratively with our agencies in the community, including our local county Department of Health and Human Services under Mr. Dobbins, Gaston Family Health Services with Mr. Robert Spencer and Dr. Shirley Oclue, our GEMS with Mr. Mark Lamphere. We currently have created a tiered response allowing us to be able to react to the needs of the patient volume we potentially could have. extremely confident our healthcare providers will show the type of professionalism and compassion that you expect from them. And we will do everything we can to make sure that our patients are safe and our staff are safe. Thank you very much.
Specifically the district court system. I am also speaking on behalf of our senior resident Superior Court Judge, Jesse Caldwell, and the Superior Court Division. On Friday, Chief Justice Sherry Beasley, after consultation with state judicial court leaders, issued an emergency declaration to apply to all courts in North Carolina to begin tomorrow, Monday, March 16th. The Constitution of the State of North Carolina mandates that courts remain open. So our courts will remain open on a limited basis. The majority of the courts, both district and superior in Gaston County and across the state, will be closed for 30 days, beginning March 16th. Now in Gaston County, the courthouse will be open. I will have 2 courtrooms running and judges available every day during normal hours. There are some things we cannot continue for 30 days. Courtroom 2D will operate normally, where you do domestic violence protective orders, 50Bs, 50C, no contact stalking or harassment orders, and where inmates get their bonds reviewed and get their first appearances. Those things cannot be continued, and the Chief Justice was clear on that. So that courtroom will operate normally. I have a second courtroom that will be open, which will handle all other emergency matters, and those things for the necessity of the Constitution and due process can be heard. There will be judges available. So the courts will remain open, but on a limited basis. We are dedicated to doing the business of the people of this state within a safe manner. That ensures the safety of the citizens and also the safety of the employees, the staff, the people that have to come to work and work. Jury trials are suspended for 30 days. The only exception is that any jury trial currently impaneled, we have 1 currently going on in Gaston County, those will remain in progress until being finished, hopefully Monday, Tuesday of next week. But then jury trials, the grand jury has been suspended for 30 days. This is unprecedented in the court system in the state of North Carolina, certainly in Gaston County. We will do the best we can to meet the needs of our citizens. The courthouse will remain open, the clerk's office will remain open to accept filings, but we encourage the citizens to be smart and be safe. Only come to court if you have to. If you have questions, call the clerk's office, find out. Now, on behalf of the clerk of court, Larry Brown, he has provided a number to be used if you have questions. That's 704-852-3100, 704-852-3100. I ask all citizens that have cases scheduled in district court over the next 30 days, that's up until April 16th. Do not come to the courthouse to find out your court date. Give the clerk's office 10 days. Between the DA's office and the clerk's office, there's going to be a concerted effort next week to get court dates on every case that's scheduled for the next 30 days. That's thousands. It will be done and notice will be sent out to all people who are supposed to be in court. If you don't get a notice in 10 days, call the clerk's office. They will give you your new court date. If you have a civil case or a domestic case, contact your attorney. Or contact the clerk's office and they will give you the procedure on how to get a new court date set. If you have a case in courtroom 2D, a domestic violence protective order, come to court. Besides that, please be safe and be smart and avoid the courthouse unless you have necessary business. Thank you.
That will have a drastic impact on Gaston County. In anticipation of this announcement, we began meeting several weeks ago. In fact, we had employees working yesterday preparing for the announcement. We have a call scheduled today with the governor's office to get further direction, but we know some things for sure. It is important that we provide our parents and employees with consistent information as it becomes available. We will continue to do our information dissemination the same way we've done during inclement weather. We encourage you to visit our website for any updates. What we know that occurred late last week, we were fortunate. We had a work day on Friday, so we didn't have students. There were numerous spam emails going around the state closing things, saying this didn't happen. Please, our website will be the accurate place for information related to Gaston County Schools. We will have a tab with district news that you can always click on to find the latest. I want our students and parents and employees to know we appreciate the patience and understanding that you have already exhibited for us. And we feel that in this unprecedented time, we will need more patience and understanding. I can tell our teachers that tomorrow will be a teacher work day. We have been given that authority for tomorrow. We will work to further give information out as the week progresses. You need to know there are a lot of people working about this. I want to thank some people that already began helping us in many ways. Many of them are standing with me today. But Dr. Eagle, Mr. Dobbins, Mr. Peak, Dr. Davis, we have been in constant communication. We will continue to be in constant communication. Our board chair has sat in on numerous calls with the state, giving direction. I have another board member with us here today. They are actively involved in this to a point that we are all seeking information. Also know that for our students, we are developing, it was part of the work that was going on yesterday, we are developing packets of information that we can give you so that learning can go on. But let me stress, nothing can replace the value of our highly qualified teachers. We will do the best. We will work to make things available, but recognizing that 65% of our population receives some form of assistance in food. We have already begun a plan that we will activate our summer feeding program on Tuesday. We have selected sites and we'll be doing that. We will start small with that and get that rolling out. But the governor may come out with this different plan, but that is our plan, that we would have that activated on Tuesday and start distributing meals similar to our summer feeding program. We would start with 10 sites. But again, hear me, things are evolving, and as the state empowers and asks us to do things, we will respond. To all of our employees, I appreciate what you have done and what you will do in this time. We will do our best to keep you informed, but it is a time for us to be calm and to take things slowly. We will share the information as it becomes available. But for example, we went home Friday night. I'm a member of the large district consortium, and we had met Friday, and this is where we were and what we thought we had. Yesterday, there were positive tests, and the governor did this. Things will change that fast. So please give us patience as we communicate.
You are in exceptionally good hands in Gaston County. The people that have spoken before me today speak as one voice. We're in this together. You may have heard the term social distancing a lot in the previous days. I would like you to think about another term, social caring, because that's where we're going to need this community to go moving forward. We've got the expertise, we've got the resources, we've got the support. Now's an opportunity for us to help each other. Personal health is always something we talk about, but this is about our community's health. And being in front of this current crisis is going to go a long way in not thinking we should have done more in its aftermath. I salute the leadership that you have heard from today, being proactive. We are truly, again, all on the same page, trying to ensure the safety of our citizens. Now is not the time to panic. Now is the time to see, how can I help my neighbor? So I implore each and every one of you to take that message back to your neighborhoods today. Certainly if there are specific details or questions you want to ask about the Health and Human Services Department, we'll be available to answer that. But if I could give you no greater message today, it's about helping each other and taking care of each other. And that's how we'll get through this. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much for everybody for coming. We'll be starting in on a question and answer portion here in just a minute.